Hi everyone, and thanks for joining. Today I'm going to walk you through this Ignition, very easy Linux box available on Hack the Box platform. That is the 6th box from tier 1 you need to walk before you can run Starting Point series of machines. And it has tags, common applications, Magneto, Reconnaissance, website structure discovery, and weak credentials. I'm already connected to the Hack the Box Starting Point VPN network. And I'll proceed to spawn the target instance. I already downloaded the official write-up, and I'll proceed by focusing on its hands-on part. The write-up mentions you can check out instruction to networking related to this box. Let's read through this section of the write-up. Starting off an Nmap scan, we select the SC and SV switches to trigger default script scanning and version detection. This yields a singular result, port 80 open and running Nginx 1.14.2 version. So far this seems straightforward, however, from the output right below that, we notice that HTTP title returns did not follow redirect to http ignition.htb. Keep this URL in mind for now. So let's run our first hands-on command. That will be ping. cttl63, okay. For Linux box, that's usual. Out of 1000 top ports, there is only one open, port 80, HTTP service, version Nginx 1.14.2, and it shows HTTP header, server header, Nginx 1.14.2, and HTTP title did not follow redirect to HTTP ignition HTB. Let's save this in our notes text file. Let's read through this section of the walkthrough. Upon attempting to access the web page through a browser window, we are presented with the following error. The check if there is a typo in ignition.htb references the same URL we found during our Nmap scan, but without further details as to what might cause this error to pop up when simply attempting to access the website. Below, a more detailed error code is displayed. The DNS probe finished Nix domain. After a quick Google search of the error, we learned that there might be two underlying reasons to this error appearing. First, we've mistyped the ignition HTTP address in our URL search bar, and the DNS server can't find the associated IP address for the mistyped name. Or, second, we never entered any host name, such as ignition.htb, into the search bar, but the website expects us to. So in summary, multiple websites can share the same IP address, allowing users to access them separately by visiting the specific hostnames of each website instead of the hosting server's IP address. The web server we are making requests to is throwing us an error because we haven't specified a certain host name out of the ones that could be hosted on that same target IP address. From here, we'd think that simply inputting ignition.htb instead of the target IP address into the search bar would solve our issue, but unfortunately, this is not the case. When entering a host name instead of an IP address as request's destination, there is a middleman involved that you might not know about. And to resolve this, we can edit our own local hosts file, which includes correlations between host names and IP addresses to accommodate for the lack of a DNS server doing it on our behalf. First, we must confirm that we are correct, and we'll do that by using curl. And let's run curl with -v switch to increase the verbosity of curl's output. Okay, let's proceed to navigate to the web server, port 80. I'm navigating to web server's IP address, port 80, immediately redirects to ignition.htb, and we had the same case in one of the previous walkthroughs from tier 1. And we resolved that case by entering a line in etc host file. Let's run curl-v and target IP address to confirm. Let's try directly to navigate to HTTP ignition HTB without first changing etc host file. Okay, that's as expected. So let's now adjust etc host file to add ignition.htb and connect ignition.htb to our target instance IP address. Let's copy paste it. And let's now verify how the website loads. Let's first try with IP address. Great, that works as expected. And the walkthrough now points us that after exploring the landing page for a short period of time, so we'll skip that for the sake of time, we can deduce that nothing helpful can be leveraged there. The only option of exploring the website further is using GoBuster. And with that we expect to find this admin page. And let's try to get it by using word list, directory list 23 small from dear Buster. Let's run this command, go buster dir --url will be http ignition.htb. We expect to get admin page with a 200 response code, signaling its availability, and then we'll navigate to it as soon as we see it in GoBuster's output. This login screen should be presented to us with a logo for Magneto posting in the middle of the page. A username and password are being requested. Normally we would go off credentials we extracted through other means, such as an FTP server left unsecured as seen before. This time, however, we will attempt some default credentials for the Magneto service, since there is no other basis upon which we can rely. So we see admin now. Its status 200 reported. Then there is this description of Magneto admin page we can find on the website. Mentioning Magneto website also locks the user account after 6 failed attempts to log in. The admin panel gets locked from trying multiple failed attempts. So with that, we are advised not to attempt to brute force this login form because it has anti-brute force measures implemented. We will need to guess the password. Since the password must be 7 or more characters long, according to the detailed Magneto admin page description, and include both letters and numbers, we can attempt to use the most common passwords of the year 2021, as well as a common username such as admin from the list. Only the following password fulfills the requirements. And after manually attempting a number of these credentials, we will land on a successful login. The correct combination will be admin QWERTY 123. So let's check out on the common list of passwords page. Is it QWERTY 123 still listed? And we should be presented with Magneto administrator panel, where we will find the flag. So the link from the walkthrough points us to the most common passwords, latest 2025 statistics, and looking at it, QWERTY 123 is on the 6th place. So we'll proceed to let's try one out to see the error and then try the correct one. Let the GoBuster still run. Let's navigate to the admin panel. Let's try this one. Let's now try the correct one. Let's stop Go Buster. See if that will help. There it is. There is the flag. And we'll need that to answer the task's last question. Great, let's switch to Hackbox user interface to answer questions. Task number 1 question: which service version is found to be running on port 80? So from Nmap's output, that would be this one. Task number 2: what is the 3-digit HTTP status code returned when you visit HTTP machine IP? Let's see output from curl-v. So that's shown. Task 3: what is the virtual host name the web page expects to be accessed by? So that's the host name we entered in etc hosts. Task 4: what is the full path to the file on a Linux computer that holds a local list of domain name to IP address pairs? As mentioned. Task 5: use a tool to brute force directories on the web server. What is the full URL to the Magneto login page? Task 6: look up the password requirements for Magneto and also try researching for the most common passwords of 2023. Which password provides access to the admin account? So that was the password used. And after submitting root flag, we can say we completed the box. And we can stop the machine now. Great, so that's all for this video. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this one. Until next video, bye for now.